Well, with Psalm 66, we don't really know who wrote this one. It could be David. It probably isn't. But there's actually, when you look at Psalms, there's several different authors that are there. We just don't clearly know who did all of them or some of them or things like that, what those authors are. Some of them are marked for David. This one is not marked as indicated by David. So let's read this one to learn some wisdom, little insights that it gives to us. So, verse 1, make a joyful noise unto God, all ye lands. Sing forth the honor of his name, make his praise glorious. Say unto God, how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thine enemies submit themselves unto thee. All the earth shall worship thee, and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name, Selah. Come and see the works of God. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. He turned the sea into dry land, and they went through the flood on foot. Where did we rejoice? There did we rejoice in him. He ruleth by his power forever. His eyes beholdeth the nations. Let not the rebellions exalt themselves. Selah. O bless our God, ye people, and make the voice of his praise to be heard, which holdeth our soul in life, and suffereth not our feet to be moved. For thou, O God, hast proved us. Thou hast tried us as silver is tried. Thou broughtest us into the net. Thou hast laid affliction upon our loins. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. So fascinating, the analogies and the visualizations that they're using in here, because they start off talking about how great God is, how terrible he is, not so much, let's be afraid of what God can do, but realize he has great power. And then they get into this idea that God has proved us and has tried us as silver is tried. So silver, when it gets purified, is melted down and ran through a process to get rid of impurities in it. They have to be superheated up, burned out, ran a couple times through some things to help out. And they're using this as an analogy of trials. In fact, it says, thou brought us into the net. So that's a fishing analogy, that we get caught in a net and get snared up. Thou hast laid affliction upon our loins, which is really an interesting idea to think about. Laying an affliction upon our loins could be infertility, could be they're having a hard time having children and expanding their families and things as well. Could be lots of death, lots of maybe famine and pestilence is killing children and hurting the progeny, basically, of the people. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. Now, if somebody's riding over your head, that's not good. That's terrible. That's torture. To have somebody like a chariot going over your head, or something like that. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. So we're a bountiful place, a place that's amazing. And so this is talking about, again, challenges that they have suffered and they've experienced. Now, verse 13, I will go into thy house with burnt offerings. I will pay thee my vows. That's the temple, which my lips have uttered and my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble. I will offer unto thee burnt sacrifices of fatlings with the incense of rams. I will offer bullocks with goats. Selah. So he's saying, because you have blessed us, you have pulled us through hard times, I am going to worship you and honor you in your temple. Now, verse 16, come and hear, all ye that fear God, and I will declare what he hath done for my soul. I cried unto him with my mouth, and he was extolled with my tongue. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. But verily God hath heard me. He hath attended to the voice of my prayer. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer, nor his mercy from me. So it's great to have a God that loves us and that does not turn away from us, but helps us, especially in our times of challenge and trial, to help us improve, to overcome those things, and help us have a better life. So let's jump over to the next psalm as we continue on.